Okay. George Floyd. Let's talk about it for a little bit. So, as a lot of people are aware, George Floyd was murdered in the middle of the street by a police officer, and of course the media puts it out as an act of racism. Truth be told, it was. Did he deserve to die in the middle of the street? No. However, George Floyd, as I recently found out, he had a bit of a record on him. He's been charged with rape and assault, and specifically in the assault, held a gun to a pregnant woman on the side and robbed her. And of course, the far left, in other words, the Democrats, decided to honor George Floyd by giving him a folded flag. And that is where I kind of question, even if he had that record or was completely innocent, that is more meant for someone that wears a uniform, rather if it's military or law enforcement, and is willing to give up their life to save another, to do something brave and heroic. And of course, while that is going on, there's still riots, there's still, I'm going to put it as aggressive protesters, and pretty much people are behaving in these riots and burning half the country. That's not going to make it any better. And of course, they're going for the left, and all those Democrats, they honestly care about us. They really just care about the votes. And I know this is kind of crazy, this is all coming from me, but truthfully, I don't like what's going on. And to kind of add to this, I've also scrolled around through Instagram, and of course, knowing the far left, they don't want you to hear the truth, they don't want you to hear a solution to solve all this. But there are those that are on Instagram, and they actually want to share information that pretty much shows that who's the problem here, or what is the real problem. And if you guys don't remember, I believe it was back in 2017, someone on the internet decided to put out 10 demands that the Black Lives Matter movement wanted white people to give to them. This year they decided to do something different. And the list, before they even got into the list, they started off with saying, "Attention, white men, women, children, you are the enemy." And I will only go off by a few things that was said on that list. If you guys want to see it, I will leave the tags of these Instagrammers that actually are conservative Republicans, or at the very least they want to share truth, and I'll let you guys find it. I will read you 3 on that list. "We will not stop until there are more homicides than black." And I'm not even going to go into what needs to be fixed in that sentence, but help. I'm curious. All white people are to re-education camps. And that's where are you going to make that a thing, or are you wanting to, or is that apparently a thing? Because I've never heard of that. And this one is very similar to from a couple years back. Pay extra taxes to support black individuals. And honestly, just like list of 10, that screams, I would rather be late and not work for my own stuff. Jeez. And the other stuff that out there, the information I had about the police officer that murdered George Floyd was pretty much a registered Democrat, claimed a racist, had 18 complaints, and they let him go for them. And yet for some reason, it's all Trump's fault. My boss's fault. Explain to me that. Also, there is also a post that was pretty much saying instead of becoming criminals, those should join the police academy to become what they want to see. Makes perfect sense, right? But they believe that violence, hate their own country, that gives them the rights to burn our flags. Say, if you're white and you say all lives matter, you're a piece of trash. That's not okay. I mean, don't get me wrong, I have a right. But to anyone out there that loves their country and they've seen this stuff going on, or they have heard this stuff is going on, do something about it. And there's just, like I said, I will put these Instagram pages in the description, and I only saw the first part of it talking about George Floyd's records, but Adam Calhoun had a response to it titled "Truth, It's Not for Everyone," and you want to check it out. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, like the video, and I will also put his Instagram in the description. But the point I'm trying to get at in all of this, all that has been going on, George Floyd, the riots, all of it is just trying to President Trump, boss, my commander-in-chief, out of office. And not everyone's going to agree with this, and not everybody is going to like what I have to say. And you know what? I'm okay with that. He will be elected again. And in all honesty, none of this rioting, burning down the big cities, half the country, is not going to solve anything. And in fact, you're no different from, and for anyone that believes the riots, the burning the towns down, and it's no different from how the Democrats were back during the war times. And I will admit, someone that grew up raised in the Southern hospitality, or conservative family, at that time, there was more Democrats in the South than there was Republicans, because we had the machinery. One day the North to take the machinery from us, and we needed some sort of workforce. And after that, more Republicans than Democrats in the South. And then when that found out about slaves being sold in Africa by another black man. Let's just point that out real fast. They move quickly. The majority of those that's in the Confederate Army were dirt poor farmers that needed money and a free meal. They weren't racist or slave owners, and not all slave owners were racist. But I will say this: those that joined the Ku Klux were not only racist, in my belief, but they were also Democrats. Not much is different from back then and now. Burnt down churches, wore masks to hide their shame. Most of all, they burnt small black-owned businesses. What is that going to solve? Nothing. And truthfully, I honestly would, for any of you that believes that burning flags, trying to burn down half the country, I want nothing to do with you. But if you come at harm near my family, we're going to have some issues. I will make sure to keep my family safe no matter what. My old man can fight back, but I will be by his side. And I know he can take a punch too. What I'm trying to get at here is, if you look at the information that is put out by these Instagram pages, I want you to truly think, which one makes more sense? One is trying to point out the issues and wants to make America great, and who's the real problem here? Don't get me wrong, I am someone that I'm not going to sugarcoat anything. I would honestly, if I was there, I tell you to get over yourself, complaining, and realize all lives matter. And that's me speaking as someone that loves people once, and is a Baptist at that, a Southern Baptist, and honestly is tired of this drama that is being made. But there's also times, and I'm not gonna lie, there's even times where I wish that we could all meet up in the street and poop, scoot, and boogie. But you find those few that want to lose. Honestly, I want nothing to do with them. And I want you guys to do this. I want you, if you find these posts I was talking about and these Instagram pages, and you believe sense, I want you to like this video, subscribe if you want to, and truly share this video, because I would rather not sugarcoat anything, share the truth, rather than share something that the fault wants you to hear, and pretty much is making this country be more divided than ever before. Because I want to be able to come home to my family, everybody gets along, and I can say, howdy neighbor, how are you doing today? Instead of like somebody coming on the street looking for trouble because, oh, you believe all lives matter? Well, you're a racist. I don't want that. I know I'm asking for a whole lot, and I know life isn't all sunshine and rainbows, it's reality, but I would rather be absolutely calm and have people that can get along than anyone that just wants to look for trouble because someone wants to cause it. I hope you guys can understand that I'm just any other person who loves his country and I don't want any trouble, but we'll just see, I guess.